Hi and welcome. I'm Danette Kabunda, and joining me today for a very special Skype interview is the Cocktail CEO, Nikki Pfeiffer. She is a business growth and design expert, and she's here to share with us how the way women do business is changing. Thanks so much for being here, Nikki.
Hi, Danette. Thanks. I'm so happy to be here.
I am so excited to hear all about how the way we do business is changing. You say it's no longer about the boardroom. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I really believe that the cocktail power hour is the new boardroom. I've found that some of my best business ideas have actually come from getting my team together or the girls together over cocktails, happy hour, and really kind of utilizing some visual aha strategy tools to flesh out those multi-million dollar ideas.
That's great. So, kind of a change of scenery brings on the creativity and the inspiration.
Absolutely. Forget about the boardroom and those long, inefficient, strategy sessions. It's just the worst place for planning. So, and it's amazing how just getting out of the office, it really opens you up to inspires you on possibilities instead of limitations.
That's great. Speaking of limitations, let's be honest though, is it really about the drinking?
Well, I do like my cocktails, but there's nothing like having a few cocktails to get the creative juices flowing.
That's so true. That's so true. And it kind of still lets you focus on those long-term goals. What you want to do to get your business started.
Yeah, and that's where the visual aha tools kind of come into. It allows you to much quicker key in and hone in on those long-term goals and how to get from point A to point B much quicker.
And that brings us to another one of your points. You talk about the 50,000-foot view. Tell us how can we make that work when we're planning our businesses?
Yeah, it's such a great question because, I think the leading challenge in front of businesses, and they don't even realize it, is that, if they want to learn the business of running a business, they're taught to start in the weeds today instead of that 50,000-foot view, big picture view. And it's really kind of the leading killer of small businesses to start out in the weeds.
You're kind of focusing on the little things instead of the big things that will help you grow.
Yeah, because you know what? So many people are focusing on the wrong things, and it's because you're starting in the weeds and not answering those questions at the 50,000-foot view level. And you know what? If you think about it, I mean, most people are starting businesses because they're passionate about something, and they're not business experts. And that's okay. That's where teaching them to work at that 50,000-foot view level is going to help.
Well, what is it then that successful CEOs do differently?
So, one of and actually probably the top thing, most successful CEOs really do is they know which questions to ask through all phases of their business growth.
So really have a plan in place.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, unfortunately, the way it's set up, the system's set up today, too, for businesses is it's set up for the few to succeed and not the many to succeed. And I'm out to change that.
That's great. So then what would be a good starting point? Where do we begin?
So another great question. So the best starting point is really gaining that solid foundation and understanding of business. And there's really kind of three key things, which actually let me show you what So let's say if I was to create a signature cocktail, I'd call it the businesswoman's cocktail, and it would look like this. Start with the glass and, really having that solid foundation of business understanding. Let's call it business savvy. Think of that as the glass. The glass, it's the foundation. It's what keeps everything together. And the first ingredient I pour in is confidence. Confidence is so important because it allows you to advocate much more persuasively. And then there's also business confidence, which takes the guesswork out of growing a business, and allows you really to focus in on how to get from point A to point B much, much quicker. The second ingredient I pour in is profits. And the key to growing a business is actually in creating profits, not revenue. And just by shifting your focus from revenue growth to profit growth, the right choices, start to become much, much clearer. And then last is I'm going to add in some fun because, once the confidence and the profits are working, the fun just naturally follows. And you wake up every morning and you're like, God, I love what I'm doing. And, if that's not working, then, the fun isn't going to be there.
That is so great. I want to go pour my own businesswoman's cocktail.
I know it's inspired to have you go get a cocktail right now.
Exactly. Oh, thank you so much, Nikki. And if you'd like to learn more about Nikki and her projects, please visit her website at nikkipfeiffer.com. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.